go.
So I think in this one, I'm sitting out, and we're having Golfman take green, and Oskinsu taking red. Is that correct?
I think I take green this one.
Yeah,
That's
you got
my
green.
that's
Oh,
my side of the Christmas candies this year. So,
okay.
all right. If we're checking out QQ7, they're bringing a Yamato, the thing that shoots you in the face from wherever it wants to shoot you in the face, because that's what Yamato does. They
Hmm.
got a Montana that's got some smaller shells, but some really long range shells and a lot of sustain. For the cruisers, they're bringing a Stalingrad, a Moskva, and a Goliath for some pretty nasty fire chance, some good pen, and some holy crap healing. And then they're not bringing two DDs. They're not bringing three DDs. They're bringing four. They got a Daring. They got a Ragnar. They got another Ragnar. And they got another Daring. Feels like they
Rar.
like those two ships. What's on the other side, Golf Man?
So many DD hit points there. Big contrast. A ship, only two destroyers, a Gearing and a Yu Yang. So a couple of Gearings, one with a little bit of modification, but a lot of cruiser firepower, which might come in handy against the massive wave of destroyers there from QQ7. I mean, we've got Worcester, Moskva, Des Moines, another Moskva, and another Des Moines, all kinds of DPM, radar everywhere. Interesting choice on the Worcester. We're going to see how that guy plays his ship. I mean, probably synergy with maybe YY Smoke. Maybe that's what we're looking at there. And then Monty Yamato, oldie goldie battleships, man. Always love to see Yamato in competitive. Just my favorite ship.
Hmm. Yep. Now, I don't know about seeing a Wooster, guys. What do you guys think about a Wooster?
I think if they can get him safely into position and keep him safe, then it could be a very effective way to completely deny the other team a cap.
I
Other
also
than that,
think
I mean, we saw what happened between a Ragnar and a Worcester with K last week. So,
what the Wooster means is that the Yu Yang is a smoke. I
mm,
mean, they've got all the radar over there. They wouldn't need a Yu Yang with radar. So
Hmm.
that Yu Yang's got to be an aggressive smoke push radar for a Des Moines Wooster hard flank with like 9-10 line pushing bullying. And looks like QQ7's not going to end up being, well, forced into taking the bait because they're only sending double Ragnar, which will just leave. So, worst case, if they notice, oh, that's a lot of bad guys, they bail. So, if they're not going to be taking the C cap, then they're going to have to take the A cap, and they don't have a lot of resources going that way either. They've got a bunch of resources in the center.
Hmm.
Now, you were talking about Crossfire back in the beginning when we were kind of talking about maps and such. Do
mhm.
you think this Stalingrad Daring is going to be able to really rock A, or are they going to be just kind of stuck there?
They can
Stuck.
get eyes on that Des Moines and they catch him out of position. That's going to be bad news for him.
Mm.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just don't like. I don't know that I like the initial positioning here for QQ7. We'll have to see what McBoss is able to do. He's got a face full of torps coming his way. Of course, he doesn't know that.
Yeah, ASHIP did not at all commit to Bravo. QQ7 picks that one up easily, and maybe that's why the Stalingrad feels safe there, because maybe they knew that this was a strategy they had planned or something along those
I
lines.
and I
Well,
don't
that's
like
the
that.
power of 4DDs too, man. It's
Right.
rough. You're throwing away the board position, and you have to somehow claim it after your team or the enemy team is just going to get all in the places they want to go because they've got the front line to tell them that they can go to the places they want to go.
Can we?
Some shots being exchanged today, and those Ragnars actually taking a few hits as they're starting to work on the Moskva. They're at a pretty significant distance. The Wooster hasn't opened up. The Des Moines hasn't opened up. Nobody's
No,
opened up. It's
they're
just a
too far
Moskva
back.
with well, I mean, I guess that came out probably to the Moskva's favor. Not a lot of damage, but I mean, it's into a DD, so
And
that's going to matter.
it got them out of the C cap. That's handy.
Mm.
But I'm pretty sure that Yu Yang for A-Ship is going to be Smoke Yu Yang. Look at the way that he is leading the Wooster Des Moines pack here. I wouldn't be surprised if he's Smoke so he can set up a kind of a chibi death snail to try to get these guys closer to the action. But one thing I wanted to mention um, earlier is do you guys notice the health disparity here? Even though QQ7 brought two less or two more destroyers than A ship, their health is pretty much the same.
Yes, I did notice that. I think it's about a 4,000 difference at the match start. By the
Yes.
way, Yu Yang pops the smoke. Wooster starting to shoot. Wooster is 11 kilometers away from a Ragnar. Shells don't have that much lift as they
No.
start to bang in. Going from 30 down to 22. Hoodlum Walrus going
Ooh.
down to 17-6. More shells coming in the way. The Des Moines hasn't opened up, but the Moskva has. He's starting to pop his heel. He's to 17. Hoodlum is moving. Somalia is actually staying the course. He's throwing shells into the Moskva, but Hoodlum is being forced back down under half now. He's
Yep.
going to be a tanky ship. The Ragnar's got a bunch of healing going on. He doesn't have torps, but I mean he's got some staying power. But Thunk
Mm.
down to 11, and
Ooh.
that Yu Yang can keep pushing these guys. He doesn't want to get too close to get radared, but I mean they've got
Mm-hmm.
so many guns. These Ragnars have to bail.
Yeah, at the same
Well,
time at Alpha, big negative trades for A-Ship. Moskva got smacked for about
oh,
25,000, and Gearing ate a torpedo,
and McBoss
losing
just
about
got
half of
slapped
his
too.
health.
What hit McBoss? The Yamato had to be the Yamato Polarberg.
Oh yeah, just
Ouch.
snuck that shell right into the nose, didn't he? Oh
Mm-hmm.
boy.
Right
Yeah,
to the
big bad
face.
trades for A-Ship over there, but lots of good damage on QQ7's Ragnar.
McBoss backing up, almost backed up into Armley Frog Stalingrad crossfire north of B. That could have been painful.
He's got a very small zone of safety, and if that Yamato keeps moving out to the flank, which it looks like he is, that safe zone is going to be reduced to 0.
Mm.
If he can go dark, he's probably going to want to try and get the heck out of there.
I do want to note that we've got the gearing of Balmain, who's in A, capping A. Moskva
Mm.
might not have radar pressure, but there's not one but two Darings. Doom Master would be able to come over here, force a spot, or at least drive him out. The Des Moines can't help, the Montana can't help, the Moskva can't help. I mean, Doom Master has a real opportunity to just claim this space, but he's still playing back. He's still playing kind of scared, which is a bit surprising because you can see how much pressure that Charlie Cap is having that's pushing QQ7 back. One of the Ragnars has bled a lot of health.
You look at the
I'm a
Yu
little
Yang though.
surprised that they're not making
Mm.
the A push.
Look at the Yu
Oh,
Yang. The Yu
wow.
Yang taking a lot of health. Got detected on radar
Oh.
by one of the Ragnars. Came out, just got farmed, lost half his health, and he does not have a heal.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I figured out what's been hitting that Moskva over at A. Armede Lefrog can lob his shells straight over that Des Moines and hit this Moskva when he tries to reverse out from behind the island. He just took 20k from the previous salvo, and now he's burning in two places. That Moskva's in big trouble unless they can figure out how to get him out of that position.
Much
That's
oof. Oh,
interesting.
okay. Doom Master now reversing. So the daring is no longer now didn't want to take a brawl with the gearing, didn't want to light the gearing or force the gearing back. He just wanted to come in and take A after the gearing was done with it. Yeah,
That's
this
right.
is mine, bruh. And he's about to do that. Shell's coming out on Megazow's Moskva, but it's going to take a while to kill. And currently, the Yamato of Polarberg has not moved over that half a grid square to be able to force that Des Moines hidey hold up behind that island.
Yeah.
So Daring's able to take it, but they're not going to be able to trade, really? Interesting.
No. It's a quickie and that in and out, back and forth. I think A is going to change hands multiple times. But interesting looking at the C group now, pushing up. They've got 5 ships against 4. Wolfmen coming under sustained fire. The big question is, can A ship come up with a kill? And that's what they really need over here at Charlie. Both QQ7's destroyers are relatively low. They're Ragnars. But we know they've got a heal.
We know they're
And they don't
tanky
seem
indeed.
interested in fighting either.
But
They also
They're just
seem
Oasis
looking like
Oasis
why are
is
they heading?
doing a really nice job of setting up the death snail for the Des Moines and Worcester.
Yeah, Wolfman's taking some big damage, most
Mm-hmm.
certainly.
So if the Ragnars are heading to Bravo, are they looking to either get some kind of ambush over the top of the island, or are they looking to try and swing around? Because, I mean, the Doom snail being what it is, those Worcester, that Des Moines, if they end up getting spotted getting close, are they trying to ambush the Yu Yang off the field? Do you think
I
that
think
might
so.
be what they're looking for?
If you look at it, they're
Mm.
both kind of stopping right now. I think Somalia is just waiting for the opportunity to pop his radar, and I'm pretty sure that Yu Yang is in radar range as Polarberg takes out the Moskva on the other side of the map.
Yeah, he was finally whittled down, pushed back and forth by the Stalingrad out of mid position. Looks like Armede started to pull out. Didn't really need to be there anymore. Polarberg with the dunk takes down the Moskva. That's going to leave a Gearing that's wanting to contest A, but only with half health. It's now
Mm.
5 against 3. QQ7 moving in, starting to pinch the Gearing, the Montana, the Des Moines. They're bleeding ground over at Charlie, but they're taking ground at A, which is exactly what they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. As both of the Ragnars now not willing to risk their health against the combined forces of the advance here. Now, but there is Hater Male's Moskva that kind of stands in the way at B cap. And he's got a broadside on Armed Lefrog's Stalingrad.
Already. Oh, Arm LaFrog backing up though. Looks like
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be in pretty decent cover. Wolfman's
Yep.
in trouble though. He's taking a lot of HE damage and he's doing a lot of burning. Monty very tanky in that
Look at the
respect, and
gearing.
Worcester just gets smacked.
Look at the gearing at A. Gearing at A very low. He's gonna
Oof.
survive. He's gonna survive for a little bit longer, guys.
Yeah, guys
Try.
actually pops his smoke, so he's able to farm freely while Doom Master, with no shells, no threat. Montana can't shoot him. Des Moines can't shoot him. Doom Master gets to do whatever he wants to do. And right now, he figure A is so in the bag. He's heading over to Bravo. Does get lit by a radar. Some shells coming out. They do connect. Throwing his torps over at the Moskva that's got his nose into Bravo. But at the moment, Hater Bale not really under too much threat from gunfire, as the Stalingrad of Armada Hog is
Mm-hmm.
stuck behind that island. More shells
Yep.
out at the Daring. Don't think that's going to be too huge, but this should, within a decent frame of time, I think Bravo falls over to ASHIP. But man, QQ7's got one heck of a lead.
Yep.
Wolfman managed to get out of there too.
Well, that's what I was just gonna say. Wolfman is able to get out without the Des Moines and Worcester helping. I think this is a big mistake by A-Ship. They had to push that particular flank. They had to get that Montana dead. They chose not to. They thought the Montana will or the Yamato will take it out. They got him down to 493, but that's not dead enough. Hater Mail
They
taking
need
some
those
torps.
points
Mail.
badly.
Yeah, forced out of his good position too, and
Yeah,
lucky that the Montana did not just obliterate him there. Although Armede is getting pinched here, the Des Moines is able to lob shells at his butt, and the Moskva's got his bow if he moves forward at all. Although Moskva appears to be ducking in.
here come the
This
Yamato shells. There he goes, takes out Wolfman.
there he goes.
Wolfman's last salvo coming on the Worcester though. This could be painful. Is Worcester even
Those
paying
look like
attention?
they're on target.
Oh,
Lucky, very
yeah.
lucky.
Not quite enough. Hater Mail gets reset a few times by Doom Master's shells, lobs over the island before Hater Mail gets in behind the island and dark. Although actually getting shot by the Goliaths of the Moose on the loose now. So that's going to be a few more resets as the Worcester might be getting into position. They might need a second person to cap B. I don't know if that Moskva is going to be able to do it alone. However, Somalia is best, taking some long range hits. Other Ragnar still forced from the fight, 6,000 to 8,000 health on those two DDs. Moose on the loose going to be extremely hard to dislodge. Stalingrad of Armada is going to be hard to dislodge. Doom Master can do whatever he wants. Nobody's forcing anything. A
Mm-hmm.
looks really troublesome. QQ7's, well, it's a cap to a cap at the moment, but if the Bravo cap falls to A ship's way and they can just kind of bunker up and not lose anybody, I don't know if they win off two caps alone, but it's going to start getting closer. They just have to find a kill.
Somalia's best
Oh
is
yeah,
at 2222 health.
oh boy. Mick Boss actually finds some shots at Armede. Armede is in trouble here. He is completely exposed no matter what he does.
Right?
Although Polarberg in Yamato pushing forward, they're going to start applying a pressure to that Des Moines pretty dang soon. QQ7 still holding on though. I'm not seeing ships die for QQ7, which means that
No.
they're still very much in control with 800 points to 600.
Now Oasis was detected on radar, forced to go back a little bit. It's interesting to see him leaving the Des Moines and the Worcester, detaching out there, going for some spots and stuff. Here comes the smoke. I think this is what A ship really needs. They need to be able to move these ships out of B cap now that they've taken the cap. And look at Homie with the boat. Now he's, I mean, Ragnar, Goliath,
Oh,
Ragnar. It's just a
that's
matter of
no
time.
fun.
No, it's not fun
Yeah.
at all.
So, they say that, subs OP, guided torps and stuff. Well, those Ragnars have guided shells, and the Yamato can throw some floaty shells at them and watch as they just whiff all day, every day. If Homie with the boat's able to get a kill, that's going to be pretty huge. Meanwhile, over at the A cap, we see Bao running full out, because if he doesn't, he gets
Nope.
radared,
Nope,
and that's
that's
what
it.
happened.
That's
Bam,
exactly
down
what
goes
happened.
that. That's going to be a huge point swing over to QQ7. At this point, they have it on lock to win off a single cap. They don't need additional kills. It doesn't
Nope.
matter if the other side has 2 caps. They're going to finish their 100 points before the other side finishes their
Well,
280. But
Somalia's best is in trouble. There he goes down to
Somalia
the
goes
Yamato.
down.
whoa,
Yeah.
okay. Now it's
Okay.
150 to 330, so that's still going to roll up QQ7's favor. ASHIP needs to find some kind of point lead, some kind of contest, some kind of kill. Really, there's no contesting A at this moment. That's
Mm-mm.
just swarmed with QQ7.
No.
Hoodlum Walrus, 7,000 health, some Yamato shells coming out. Don't know if the
No.
Yamato's going to stay safe, but those shells are connecting.
Looks like he's trying to go dark though. He's stopped shooting.
He has.
Yeah.
Mosfa shooting at him now.
Well,
Although
QQ7
Armede is in trouble, man. He's getting surrounded from all sides. He's gonna go down if he doesn't. If something drastic doesn't happen here.
Well, there's the
Yu
panic
Yang's got to be
radar.
lit by that one. Yu Yang's got to be lit by that.
Oh,
10,000.
he is. He is.
Shells out by the Goliath. Armede is getting really hurt here. Those points, that's going to finish it. Stalin can't turn his guns in time. Shells out at the Wooster. They're not going to connect. The
Nope.
radar doesn't get the Yu Yang dead. That's points coming off of QQ7 going to ASHIP.
Wow.
They're not in the lead, but they've got the 2 caps. They're only up by 30 points, QQ7 is, and 2 caps will lose them this game.
That's
Now, they're
right.
circling in on McBoss 9000, the Yamato of Polarberg, looking to move forward a little bit. If that Des Moines gets wrapped, if he gets taken off the board, those points will guarantee QQ7 takes it. And while they did go dark for a little while, they cannot afford to do that now. The Ragnar of Hoodlum Walrus looking to backcap Charlie. Playing safe, but still looking to make the play.
But it looks almost like the Yu Yang has been detached to go deal with the Ragnar. He might be popping a smoke as well for his team, but you're absolutely right. They got to go in here and make something happen to stop Polarberg's Yamato from pushing. Here comes some shots into a daring, which did nothing.
Yeah, those Darings have a lot of health, and the Des Moines got some really fast cycling guns, but he's not going to clock that Daring before he gets clunked in the face. I think the Des Moines probably gets 2 good shots off of it and takes him down to maybe 2,000. But if that's the Des Moines, that's the game if the DD
Wooster.
lives. But Iron Sarge is
surprised.
moving over in the Wooster, which is super sus. He's charging a Yamato and a Wooster?
Yeah, I'm surprised Homie in the Yamato isn't even looking at Polarberg. I thought he would have been looking that way. But he's
I figured
not.
that was going to be their way out.
Here's the
Right.
YOLO opening up. Single Torp's coming soon. Takes first shot. Des Moines starts moving, throws
Here we
the aim,
go.
does it. Oh, he's going to eat
Done.
all the shells. Does he get more out? He does
Oh.
not. That's points going over to QQ7. That's a
Oh.
70.
Wooster survives.
Well,
That's a
he's
huge
just his
lead. Wooster
broadside.
lives.
Oh, come on, get Doom Master.
This is super close. It's 60 points to 124.
That's it.
Slightly shapes it to
Whoa,
QQ7, but that's a huge point trade.
That's
That's
it,
going to
that's
give him
it.
16 points to victory. If
That's
Hoodlum
it.
goes down, I don't know if he is.
He's not. He's not spotted.
I think Hoodlum is safe with some shells out. Just a few seconds. 3,000 damage. Blind
That's it.
shooting. They
Firing
don't
him.
know where he is. That's going to be
Oh.
QQ7 taking it. Grats, QQ7.
Wow, that ending there. Oh my!
It got a little warm.
a little warm. I'm running low on
little
dirty
warm.
water, and we're not even done with the day yet. I mean, goodness.
That
Wow.
got kind of
That was-
spicy.
That was. I mean, shifting back and forth at least 3 or 4 times at the end. There, it was ASHIP's favor, QQ7's favor. ASHIP's in trouble. QQ7
Right.
better make a move here. Back
Right.
and forth, back and forth. That's how you know you've got a great contest. And like you were saying, Lord Zath, I think the main thing was that just at the end, that critical play by ASHIP's Yamato, he did not
Yep.
try to stop the other Yamato from going around, and they couldn't stop the Daring either.
So we all need to get out of that training room as quickly as possible. Look for Shuri. SHI. They have been waiting for us. They shouldn't have been, but I
Okay.
really do. I love them for this. Come on, game.
Yep,
chugga,
they
chugga,
are.
chugga. There we go.
All right.
There we are. They are waiting for us. Yeehaw. Next
Okay,
matchup
come on.
is going to be BN versus C9. That is Dash BN. So maybe that's a sub clan.
This is
Often
not Dash
denote
BN.
stuff like that.
This is straight
is-
BN.
It's
which
straight
is-
BN.
Yes. It's
But-
the Dash
but they're
BN.
all-
Dash BN
Okay.
has been seeded. They will play tomorrow. It's the BN without the dash that's their sub clan that plays today. And this
Okay.
is Game 6 Group H that we are
Woohoo!
signed up to cast.
Oh boy.
So,
All right, so we can swapify
There.
that.
On Warrior's Path, do we know what the bands are?
I'm getting there as soon as this thing likes to load. Des Moines and Goliath, interesting choices.
Ooh, a Des Moines band. Very interesting.
Des Moines and Goliath, ladies and gentlemen. All right, there is your next lineup.
Alrighty, so they are going to be dropping anytime now, which means we're going to go right into the next game very soon.
Did they put me into spectator slot?
They did.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you not see?
On my end, it doesn't show me there. It shows me in the middle, and I just
Oh boy.
just want
Whoa.
that's all.
Uh-oh.
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 All right, so who's
So is
going?
the game loading?